Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft. And joining me right now is Nick Sosiak. He's the CFO of Cannara Biotech. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you: LOVE, love, on the TSX Venture, and LOVFF on the OTCQB. And Cannara Biotech will be presenting at our upcoming investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase Toronto, taking place October 21 through 23, 2025, in partnership with MicroCap Club. For more information, register to meet with Nick to see their presentation. Please register to attend at planetmicrocapshowcase.com. And with that, Nick, thank you for joining me today. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me, Robert.
Absolutely. It's great to have you. So this is actually our first time doing an interview together. So can you start us off with that quick overview and history of the company?
Absolutely. Cannara Biotech is a publicly traded company on the TSXV. We're in Canadian cannabis. We were founded in 2019, went public in 2019. We're Quebec-based. We started with the first facility that we built from scratch, bought the facility and built the cannabis operation from scratch. It's a 625,000 square foot facility where 200,000 square feet of that is dedicated to cannabis production, and the remaining is leased out to long-term tenants who pay us rental income. Our other facility, which is our mega facility and really changed the whole dynamic of Cannara, is the Valleyfield facility. We acquired this one in 2022, and it was built by one of our competitors, the Green Organic Dutchman, for over between 250 to $300 million. It is a 1 million square foot state-of-the-art, every bell and whistle you can think of, cannabis facility. It's a hybrid, meaning that it's greenhouse, so that we have access to the sun, but it's a state-of-the-art greenhouse where we can completely black out the whole facility and pretty much control it with indoor conditions. And Cannara was the lucky winner of that facility when we bid back for it in 2022. We purchased that facility for $27 million, so pretty much 10 cents on the dollar. And that scaled our kilogram. We're fully vertically integrated. So from seed to sale, we don't control the retail network. So in Canada, we sell to the government. So all our clients are government-backed receivables. So it's a very good business if you can succeed in. But for us in Farnham, we were cultivating around 8,000 kilograms annually, and our Valleyfield facility gave us the ability to scale to 100,000 kilograms annually, which could allow Cannara to generate 250 to $300 million when we're fully completed out. Right now, we're about 50% built out, and we have three brands: Tribal, Nugs, and Orchid. And we are 100% focused on Canada and the Canadian opportunity of becoming the number one brands here in Canada.
Very good. So, Nick, what would you say makes Cannara Biotech unique and different compared to some of your peers out there?
Many factors. I think the first factor is our assets. We acquired this $300 million asset for $27 million. We own all the 1.6 million square feet of production, and both our facilities are here in Quebec, which so happens to be the lowest cost of electricity and the lowest cost of labor in the country, which also so happens to be 70% of the cost of cultivating a gram of cannabis. So we have access to low-cost, large-scale cultivation. We're about 400 employees. And one of the other differentiating factors is that our management team, myself as well as the CEO, are pretty much the most hands-on executive team in the industry, meaning that our CEO is the master grower. So he's actually at the facility every single day, from the grow cycle to the production rooms to the packaging rooms, and continuously innovating and figuring out better efficiencies and ways to save cost. So he built the operation from day one to where we are today, with the many different post processing processes that we have at our facility. And then for myself, I'm the CFO. I do all the financial statements and accounting and public PR and all that stuff, but I actually have a passion for cannabis and the product. I know the consumer. I'm a consumer myself. So I create all the products in the company. We're over 100 different products under our 3 brands. And so I come up with the products, I cost the products, I know the end gross margin before, it even is the product's even created. Then the product gets created through Zohar and our team at the facility. And then we come back and see if everything it jives in terms of quality and price and all that. And then we deploy a product that we're very confident behind and that we know that this is going to hit with customers. And that's what resonates with customers is the quality, the consistency, the innovation that we keep doing. And then finally, it's genetics. Genetics is key in our industry. We're probably one of the only industries where, you're an agriculture producer, but you have to change your crop every 3 months, 4 months, and find all these new different crops that you can't just call, a breeder or a breeder and ask them for this next flavor or this crop. So in our case, we have to develop all that IP internally, and we're heavily invested in the pheno-hunt process of finding these new genetics because that's what propels all the products and the product innovation and ultimately what the customer wants.
Got it. So, hey, Nick, real quick follow-up. You mentioned as, one of the key differentiators was getting this new facility that, is built for 300, you got it for, 10 cents on the dollar. I mean, behind the scenes, did you guys have just how did that come about? Was it luck? Were you like, all right, we know we want to grow, we know we need another facility? I'm pretty sure the original Dutchman was a public company, if I'm correct me if
There.
I'm wrong, right? So I'm sure you guys were probably monitoring the financial situation and seeing kind of like, all right, there might be some like what was the what how did that come about?
Right. Well, we launched in Quebec first, our product when we had the old facility, which was about 7 to 8,000 kilograms a year. Launched in Quebec, and from day one, because our value proposition was so strong, we were selling out all the product that we can produce out of that facility, just in Quebec alone. And we wanted to be a Canadian company. So it was very, very quick. Once we commercialized our product, we realized that we needed more grow space fast. And it just so happened, luck struck, and it just so happened to be that, there was this mega facility that was getting built in our backyard. $500 million was raised to build that project and try to execute it. And, two years later, there was they couldn't pay their bank bills, the mortgage on it, right? And fortunately for us, we had relationships with the bank that was funding that project, and we knew how much was owed on that bank mortgage as well as on the public statements we're showing that. So we offered to clear the bank debt and in cash fully, closed in 30 days with no shares and no just a straight cash deal. Close it, then take it and go. And we were the lowest bid, but we were the fastest bid for and the best bid for the bank. And the bank was the one that forced the transaction to come over to us, and then actually started financing us. BMO, Bank of Montreal, gave us subsequently after that project a $40 million term loan.
Nice. I don't know,
Yeah, yeah. I'm still
nice.
shell-shocked. I'm still shell-shocked, but we just got to run with it, and they had a great vision. Unfortunately, the execution fell flat, and we have the execution, and this is going to change. It's going to change Canadian cannabis with the quality and the scale and what we're doing here in Cannara, and we're thankful for that.
Very cool. All right. Well, here, Nick, to close us out here today, from what you can tell us, what would you then say are some of the company's additional value catalysts or goals you'd like to see achieved for the duration of 25?
Our value catalysts are very simple, and that's what I like about our project here is that um, we're going to just organically build this thing, and we can triple our revenues, double our capacity. So we were at rooms 10 out of 20, there's 24 rooms at Valleyfield, and that's really how we scale. We were just last year around 9 rooms. We turned on a 10th room this year, earlier this year, and 2 more rooms in May and April this year. So we're at 12 rooms, pretty much 50% capacity. We have to build out our processing center at the Valleyfield facility, which is about a $7-8 million investment, which we're starting the project going into next month. And that will allow us to start working on the next 12 rooms. And we're just going to turn on room by room by room, in lockstep with the demand increasing and us getting into more distribution points and getting new products listed, new markets. We're just going to, scale organically and turn on each room. Each room generates about 11 to $12 million of revenue once we turn it on. And it's about investment to turn on a room is about $1 million. So the payback period is pretty quick. And we can turn on a room in a month to 2 months once the processing building is set up. So I think we've already turned on 12 rooms in the past 2.5 years. There's nothing stopping us to, now that we know the process, we know the genetics, we have the IP built, that we're going to be able to turn on the next 12 rooms over the next 2.5 years as we scale throughout Canada. So for us, it's just the catalyst is just really scaling up organically within Canada, grabbing market share, becoming number one in Canada, developing IP for large scale, mass produced quality cannabis cultivated profitably. And I think once that platform is created, and the company's generating, 40%, 45% margins, 25% EBITDA, free cash flows at that level, we'll have a platform that could be replicable across the country, internationally, and brands that are valued that could be replicated internationally and in the US as well. So really, first phase is Canada, but there's definitely more to come as Cannara builds out.
Awesome. Well, Nick, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on Cannara?
Our website also has the latest and greatest information about Cannara, so www.cannara.ca. We have our investor page as well and our quarterly decks that we update, as well as I'm always available by email, nick@cannara.ca. And you can also follow me on social media, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram. I go by Nico Dank 2.0.
Nice. Very cool. All right. Well, Nick, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you for having me.